Thomas Joscelyn is a senior fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. He joins us now from New York. Thomas, great to talk to you. So what do you make of ISIS claiming responsibility here? Were you expecting this?
It could have gone a couple different ways. There are a couple different jihadist groups operating in Tunisia. This is not surprising, however, that ISIS has claimed responsibility for this. Certainly, the ISIS presence in North Africa has been mushrooming in recent months as part of a deliberate strategy by the group. So this is really not surprising at all.
You're talking about ISIS in North Africa, but I want to talk about some people from Tunisia heading to fight in Syria and Iraq for ISIS. Well, I actually want to show our viewers a map that we have that shows foreign fighters in Iraq and Syria, and you can see that 3,000 of those fighters are coming from Tunisia. That's more than anywhere else on this map that we have. So clearly, something is going on in Tunisia. What exactly is happening? Why is it such a hot spot?
Well, this is actually an old problem. Going back to the height of the Iraq War, North Africa, including Libya and Tunisia, really on a per capita basis, contributed a disproportionate number of the jihadists who went off to fight in Iraq and Syria. That goes all the way back to the al-Qaeda in Iraq days, and it's continued through the days now of ISIS, which is really the successor organization to al-Qaeda in Iraq. So they've had this facilitation network in place for a long time, and they're benefiting from that. And what ISIS has done is they've actually sent back home hundreds of recruits from Libya and Tunisia to fuel the chaos, to fuel the fighting in North Africa. And they've set up their new branches, or provinces as they call them, in these countries in order to basically expand their presence and give this sense that the caliphate is growing. And so
knowing that that's happening, what's with the intelligence community in Tunisia? I mean, how did they miss this if they know that that's happening?
Well, to give them a little bit of a benefit of the doubt, Tunisia has really broken up a lot of plots, if you believe what the Interior Ministry and others have said there. They have a constant, persistent problem, and they're really tracking a lot of jihadists. So this is something they've been actively engaged in a fight for a long time. This operation, I think there's some reporting that the jihadists responsible, at least one of them, was known to Tunisian authorities beforehand, which of course is troubling. But again, this is a pretty easy plot to carry off. This is basically a few commando-style guerrilla terrorists who go in with AK-47s and other light arms and basically, commit a massacre at a museum. This isn't exactly a sophisticated operation. That's really what's scary about something like this, is that this type of thing is easier and easier to do, specifically in countries like Tunisia.
Great insight. Thanks so much, Thomas. Thomas Joscelyn, Senior Fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Appreciate it.